Arsenal, what up, my people? Welcome to Shakes TV. In today's episode, I want to remind you of what we did over the weekend.
Audio Jungle.
Of course, we started our match very early. I was the early kickoff. And our boys, they did noble. But there's something I want to point out from the game. Even though we had a wonderful game, the boys played well, especially in the first half. In the first half of the game, we did very well. But there's something I would like to point out. You know, we can't keep on making the same mistake. You know, we've repeated these mistakes for an often time, and I think it's affecting us. Talking about the lineup, it's been a very long time since we played three at the back. You know, but we saw Mikel Arteta playing three at the back. You know, we had Ramsdale in goal, of course. We had Saliba, Timber, and we had White. So White, Saliba, and Timber playing the defense. It was actually a good team because they did well, especially in the first half. But let's look at the midfield. The midfield was okay at first, but during the second half, I think things went south. You know, the midfield of Partey, Timber, Rice, Havertz, and Odegaard. Things actually went south. I would prefer Partey to play the middle. You know, when we have that triangle, we have Partey. I would prefer Partey, Rice, and Odegaard, so we can have a triangle. You know, but at this point, we didn't see that. We saw the likes of Havertz, which is to me, I didn't see anything he did in that game. He's a good player, no doubt. And I also understand that we need to give him much time to, you know, adapt to the playing terms and playing style of Arsenal. I'm not disputing that fact, of course. I know that's a factor. But then when you look at the in-game, look at what Partey is doing, look at what Odegaard is doing. It's more like Havertz was not in the game. So instead of playing Havertz, I will play, you know, Partey, Odegaard, and of course I would play Rice at my left. Because when you take Partey to the right side, Partey is not really good with the right side. I think he's much better playing at the middle. So he's going to play the middle, distributing passes to, you know, the flank and all that. You know, but when you look at the front three, where we had Martinelli, of course, he did a very nice job. You look at Nketiah, of course, he also did a very nice job. And of course, you look at your right-hand side, you have your star boy, Saka. But for me, that was a very good, you know, front three, where Nketiah is leading the line. And we have Saka at the right flank, Martinelli at the left flank. But coming to the midfield, I would replace, you know, Havertz with Trossard. I would replace Havertz with Trossard. I know many people are not going to agree with me. I said this the other time. I said we did not have any business buying, you know, Havertz. We have the likes of Nelson, we have the likes of Smith Rowe in the team. I also understand that we would love to, you know, have a robust team where we have a very good bench and we have game changers on the bench as well. But then when you look at the other side of it, I feel instead of playing Havertz, we would have played Trossard. We would have had a very, you know, comfortable game. Because when you look at the second half was very porous. And we were lucky not to draw that match. We were very lucky not to draw that match. And drawing the first match of this kind of season, where you see other teams, you know, fortifying their teams. When you look at Man City, you look at the likes of Newcastle, you know, they're not sleeping. You saw what they played, 5-1. with Aston Villa. So that was a good game. So when you kind of compare that with Arsenal, I don't see that play. So I feel we should do more. And Ateta should kind of, talk to his boys. I understand you would love to play four in the middle, but then I don't think we should play Havertz in that place. Remove Havertz and put Smith Rowe or Nelson. Be right back. Stay with us. Talk don't finish on my mouth.
Audio Jungle.